All right. So let's talk about the questions about your money. So, the big question I think a lot of people don't really pay attention to is all about why the credit score, why your credit score is so critical, right? Not
Mhm.
yours, Wendy Lee, but yours, the listener, yours, the viewer. Talk to me a little bit about credit score. Why do you think credit scores are so important?
Yeah. Well, it's funny because we talk about this sometimes, but we live in Dave Ramsey country, and
Mhm.
people are like, "It doesn't matter. Credit score doesn't matter." But when it comes to truly building wealth, you want to be able to uh, use credit as leverage when it's something that's going to make you
OPM,
money.
that's right.
Yeah, and you don't have really an opportunity to do that with a bad credit score. Also, I know for me personally, I sold a house and then my last two places I've rented. And even renting a home, uh, people check your credit score, right? So
Yeah.
those are just two things, but there's lots of
Yeah,
things.
that's really, I mean, how banks and other individuals get to know you. Back in the day, and we've talked about this in the past, you were able to go down your street in your local community, and they knew who you were, a good, upstanding person. Yes, they'll
Yeah.
pay us back. Credit scores didn't exist. Well, now in our high-speed technology work-driven world, that credit score is everything. And like you said, you may not always be able to just have the cash on hand.
Right.
Most of us out there don't, even for, I wouldn't call them large purchases, but, you know, getting your car repaired or things like that. Some people have to go to the credit card and things like that. Or if you're making a major purchase like a car, a house, or maybe you want to buy a rental property or a business,
Right.
you're going to want to be able to take advantage of that and leverage what Robert Kiyosaki refers to as OPM, other people's money, right?
Mhm.
There are a lot of businesses out there for sale. Baby boomers are retiring, getting rid of their businesses, so there's a lot of opportunity out there. You want to buy rental properties, that's starting to heat up again, and I think will continue to heat up over the next 18 months. That's something where if you don't have a credit score available to you, you're not going to be able to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Not to mention when you do buy things on credit, they have those credit rating, the scores, right? I think it goes from, I believe, 350 or 400 up to 850,
Mhm.
right? That's the cap. There's a lot of great apps out there if you're trying to get your score. There's Credit Wise, that's the app I use. There's also Credit Karma, so pick your flavor. But they can give you kind of scenarios on how you can improve your credit, and they actually work. I've done that with Credit Wise, and it was amazing the results I got. And kind of you can run scenarios on the what ifs. But if you don't have a good credit score, you may actually end up paying more for
Right.
something that your next door neighbor did. Even if you bought the exact same thing from the exact same dealer, for example, if you're buying a car, you may end up actually paying quite a bit more. Why? Because of your credit score, you got a higher interest rate,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And so that's the thing that again, the whole goal of this show is to keep money in people's pockets, and that's one of the main factors to do it. Now, like you said, we're part of Dave Ramsey, and what does Dave say about credit? Or say about credit?
To never use it, and you don't need a
All
credit
credit is
score.
bad. Yeah, exactly, and that's just horrible advice.
Right.
I mean, do not do not, and this is what I'm telling myself he intended was using credit for everyday purchases like
Right.
groceries, things like that. But unfortunately, with inflation and everything that the current economy is in due to the current administration,
Mhm.
some people are having to do that because of the fact that
Yeah.
it's crazy. I mean, we talked about inflation and it's 20% plus higher than it was, you know, January of 2021. So it's crazy
Mhm.
times right now.